Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
How are you all doing? Welcome to our Wednesday morning fame edition of the webinar. We've got the paparazzis in the back because we're very, very famous, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Talk to my publicist. I obviously have a publicist. Maybe you will in the future, Jess, if you're famous.
Yeah.
Or when you're famous. When, not if, when.
When.
Exactly. So that leads me to the question, what do you want to be famous for? It's a good one.
It's a good
especially for a Wednesday morning.
Wow. What do you want to be famous for?
It is a good one. If I had to be famous for something, I'd want it to be famous for helping or doing something for the community at whole rather than personal. I think. I don't know. It could change. I think I would also like the idea of being famous for starting something by myself and becoming massively successful.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Like I wouldn't say no to that. but if not, then it's something helping others. We have Alessandro from Treviso. What would you be famous for, Alessandro? Tell us if you want to be famous first, and if you could be famous, what would it be for? Maybe Jess has an answer now that she's thought it through.
For changing the world for the better.
In what way, though? Because so I think a lot of people, when we talk about changing the world for the better, we immediately think of medical professions, humanitarian efforts, things like this. But I do think that entertainers change the world for the better as well.
True. I'm going to be famous because I'm going to write my book and it's going to be a big success. And then they're going to make a movie out of the book and they're actually going to cast me as the main role in my own book. And it's just going to be legendary.
Are you going to direct it as well?
I'll direct it. And
might as well at this point.
I'm going to win every Oscar. Best newcomer, best
whoa.
Everything. That's my life. Watch out.
Everything. Amazing. Amazing. Hey, you could be famous for that. You don't want to be famous for. So nowadays we also have internet famous and famous. Honestly, I kind of feel that they're becoming less and less defined.
Yeah, it's true.
New generations are obviously more interested in the internet.
I mean,
so
Alex,
for them,
I think you know me quite well. Do you think I'm someone that could be internet famous?
I definitely think you could.
Really? Oh God, no.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, you see the way I show up on some of these Skype chats. Like, that's just not what internet.
I kind of feel that you could do that.
No.
Like, you know how so there are different famous people who are very open about, like, they are famous, yes, but I don't think that it goes to their heads necessarily. That's a good one. To go to your head.
Yeah.
You become a little arrogant, self-interested. For example, I've seen some interviews with Adele, and she seems like really normal as a person. Like, yes, she is very wealthy and very successful now, but as a normal person, she seems very, my voice just went. I need to drink water. She seems very, very normal.
to use our English vocabulary to describe a live death on this mYes.
I almost choked on the water. Okay, definitely, I'm going to die on this stream. Can you read this, Jess?
I'd like to be famous for a discoverer in technology. So we'd say, I like to be famous for discovering a new technology, but I know it is difficult to reach this discovery for me. Nice. Cool. What kind of technology? Are you like a tech whiz? Ooh,
we're going to take the idea.
Yeah. So for me, like I would call Alex a tech whiz. Oops. This way. I got it wrong today. Yesterday I had it perfect. I would call Alex a tech whiz because he's very savvy. Oh no, these are lots of words.
Yeah, savvy is a good one though. You know where it comes from as well?
No.
I'm pretty sure it comes from French, if I'm not mistaken.
Savvy.
Yeah.
I just kind of remember it. I remember Captain Jack Sparrow saying it a few times in.
No, it's from Spanish.
Alex,
no way.
So disappointed in you.
It's really strange though. So savvy means that you understand something or you're an expert in it. So it can be used as an interrogative, as in savvy, like, do you understand? But it can also mean I am very, so now you don't really go up to someone in the street and say, hey, so I was walking down the street, savvy. This is not something we say, but we do say tech savvy.
Pirates say it.
Yeah, pirates say it. It comes from Spanish. Sabe usted? Do you know, sir? It would be in Spanish. Oh, that's very cool. Very, very cool. And we also have Claudia from Rome.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. What would you be famous for, Claudia? I think you could be internet famous.
I would really rather just not. Oh, too stressful. I already, before I moved to Italy, I worked in a private gym, and my Instagram following at that point was starting to build, and getting like a lot of stuff, and even a lot of the people that attended the gym would always message me, and it was exhausting. And when I moved to Italy, I decided to completely remove that account and that life.
Oh, really?
Just start fresh, start again. Because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't want the pressure of it. I don't like the constant feed of things that you see, and it's I don't know, it's exhausting for me, and just also not really who I am as a person.
Sure. I do feel that you need to be connected to your phone, maybe 24/7. If you're Instagram famous, for sure.
Yeah.
Your phone is your life to a whole other extreme.
Yeah. And like I have days, especially in quarantine, where I'm really bored, and then I'll like Instagram all day, but then I'll have like 4, 5 days, 6 days where like I don't look at it because I'm like, my brain just can't handle it. Also,
you need to hire someone.
And then I feel like you always have to fake your mood, you know? Like always have to be present and happy, and that's impossible, you know?
Yeah, no. And everything is quite doctored, isn't it? So everything is touched up a little.
Yeah.
I should probably write that as well. Doctored, touched up. Both of these mean edited, but usually for images. Usually. You could also like touch up makeup, for example, but it is too perfect, I guess. But edited. Oh, technology in general from Alessandro.
Cool.
He's not giving us his secrets.
He's not going to tell us.
Oh, and we have someone from Seoul as well. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
What's your name? Is it Mila? I can't imagine it's CO2, carbon dioxide. Tell us what's your name and what would you be famous for? Oh, you're from Milan. Okay. But you live in Seoul? Andrea, okay.
Oh, no, from Milan. Andrea.
Okay, perfect, Andrea. What would you be famous for, Andrea? Okay.
Have you met famous people?
I have. I met Matt Bellamy, the lead singer and guitarist from mYes, at the supermarket because they're from where I live. So every now and again they come back. And I met the drummer's mum whilst I was working at the supermarket as well. It's a really strange one because she was buying, I think, Hello magazine or one of these gossip magazines. I can't remember what I said. I said something like something not exactly this because I would have been fired, but I said something along the lines of that's a trashy magazine. Like, why are you buying it? And I didn't say exactly that. I really can't remember how I worded it, but it was polite how I worded it. And she said, I only buy it when my son is in it. I was like, well, at worst, it's a Z-lister. We should probably write that as well. So we have A-listers, we have B-listers as well. Not really. It's A-listers and Z-listers. There's no in between.
I'm looking. Oh, we do have B-listers.
A-lister is the most famous type of celebrity. So A-listers are the Hollywood stars, the musicians in the top of the charts. Those are A-listers. You have Z-listers who...
We also have C-listers.
Oh, nice.
And they are celebrities with the biggest egos.
Exactly. And we have Z-listers as well, who are, honestly, they're not really famous. Maybe, for example, maybe they married someone who's famous and then they become famous, kind of, not really. So I thought maybe at least her son must be a Z-lister at least. But it turned out to be the drummer from mYes, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, cool, very cool,
very cool."
We've got some follow-up from Andrea.
He's here with his girlfriend.
Nice.
He'd like to be famous for doing something great in the world.
So be careful. Whenever we have for, we need ing if you want a verb after it. So for either having done something or for doing something, either one is fine. It would be great if I'll become famous for being myself. If only. Cool. If only.
So I want to be famous for changing, again, the same rule that Alex just said, for changing some situations in the foreign country.
Perfect. Good, Claudia. Yes. Nice. Yes, Andrea. So that's exactly what you need for having. For having is good. For having done. Perfect. So you all want to be famous for quite holistic things. Nothing too crazy.
I think my famous dream's quite crazy.
Maybe. But I think with fame, it's more about the determination just to stick with it.
Yeah.
You either go completely crazy by sticking with it, or eventually you make it in one way or another.
I remember. Oh my goodness, what's her name? The actress who plays the aunt in Harry Potter.
Oh, her. I don't know. Are you looking her up?
Yes.
What's her name?
Oh my goodness, my dad would kill me for not remembering. Because Fiona Shaw. Oh,
Okay.
she's an amazing actress. She did like a one-woman play at the National Theatre.
Oh,
And when I
wow.
was a girl, it was like I really wanted to be an actress. And I was in her dressing room with her, and
No way.
she was like, "So, Jessica, like, what do you want to be when you're older?" And I was like, "I want to be an actress, like." And she was, I remember her, she was just there like, "Oh, no, you don't want that."
But of course she can do that.
Yeah.
But she has that position. Do you want to be an actress now, though?
Yeah, I do. I still do. It would be nice.
So it would be pretty cool. Okay, so we're talking about fame. So feel free in the comments, because we're going to talk about, I think, celebrity and some vocabulary with celebrities. But feel free to talk about any celebrity for anything that they might or might not be famous for.
Whatever.
Maybe little known facts. Anything at all.
You can teach us
Okay.
as well. I'm terrible with celebrities, really. I don't remember names. I'm really awful. So you can teach me some things. Also Italian. I need to.
Yes, Italian celebrities. Who are they? What do they do?
Yeah.
I've lived here enough to know some of them, but honestly, they're just not famous for us because we're not Italian. So tell us. Okay, we have Johnny Depp here.
Johnny Depp. Okay, in this focused activity, I had a hiccup. Sorry. Talking about fame vocabulary, phrases for giving opinions.
Good. Let's teach hiccup as well, because it's the most awfully spelt word in the English language.
No, it's not.
It depends how you spell it.
How have you been?
I'm going to shatter your dreams. It's the little like that you do when it's your diaphragm that's not aligned right with your lungs. Yeah. I think. The noise you make when your diaphragm.
Or just when
Huh?
Yeah, no, carry on.
It is diaphragm, right? And how do you even spell diaphragm? Oh, geez, there's a G as well. Diaphragm and lungs aren't in sync. There you go. That's how it's spelled. There are two options.
Yeah.
They're awful.
Oh goodness, no! What is that first one? That's a hiccup.
No, that's hiccup as well.
No, that's just wrong.
Yes.
I'll spell it the second way, everyone. The second is better. It's cute and it rings better. Hiccup. Not hiccup.
No, the first one is pronounced hiccup as well. That's the problem. It's a really stupid word. Okay. Oh, I think so. Andrea is like you. Very good. No name, no gossip.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have Venanzio from Pescara. Very nice. What would you be famous for? Tell us. Do you want to be famous?
Knowing me, though, I'd probably be famous for something really stupid, and it would be totally accidental. I'd probably get myself into a situation.
That's why I said you should be internet famous, because eventually you would. I'm sure you would, but for good. Then you can use it as a platform to launch other things off.
Other things, yeah.
Yeah. Seriously.
But your claim to fame is through your stupidity.
Originally, but then you turned it around for good.
And I changed the world.
Exactly. See, that could be a good idea.
You can be my pap.
That's the worst word as well. Yeah. Definitely all over the place. We've got all of them. Oh wow, Venancio has the noblest one of all.
Wow.
For loyalty. To what?
How are you famous through loyalty?
I'm like, as a bodyguard. What kind of loyalty? I'm very, very curious. So for example, I know that Totti is famous for being a footballer, but also for being loyal to his football club. He has never changed football club. He's always played for Rome, I think, right?
I don't know.
Yes. He always played for Rome. So he's famous, obviously, for being a world-class football player, but also for staying with Rome throughout his entire career, which is basically unheard of. No one does that as a footballer.
Good for him.
So,
he's loyal.
Yeah, exactly. Can you read this, Jess? AC Roma. Yeah, good.
Famous.
Thank you, Andrea.
Work
Sorry.
with a partner to list the 5 most famous men and 5 most famous women you can think of, and why are they famous?
Yeah, so please tell us. I think we're going to do just number 1. Yeah, this one. So in the comments, okay, with friends and colleagues and everyone.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's nice. That is nice. So you want to be famous locally rather than internationally?
Yeah, locally.
That would be nice. That could be cool, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. We'll have to think about that, won't we? So think in the comments about 5 famous men, 5 famous women, and why are they famous? Maybe even tell us who is the celebrity that you like the most. Or maybe it's a friend or family member that's famous in your town, in your region. Maybe you're famous, I don't know. It could be anything. Could be anything. If you want, Jess, what are you thinking about? Because you look lost in thought.
I'm thinking of famous people.
Okay. Pardon?
I'm really struggling.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Difficult.
I think we can list a name of actors and actresses. That would be relatively easy. But if
like
you think,
Angelina Jolie,
right, exactly.
Leonardo.
Or if we, yeah, see, it's easy now. I think if we categorize them, it becomes easier. So if I ask you to name 5 famous musicians or politicians or anything like that, then it becomes easier.
Yeah, politicians are easy because they're so, like, everyone knows their names.
Yeah,
you know, because
exactly.
Politicians.
Exactly. I'm trying to think of, maybe it would be fun to talk about 5 famous Brits.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that, because I think we can probably think of ones that people maybe know internationally, but people don't really know. So let's start with Rowan Atkinson, who is known everywhere.
I'm going to say Queen Elizabeth.
So Rowan Atkinson is Mr. Bean. He's known all over the world. The Queen is also known all over the world. Queen Elizabeth
equals
the second. Yeah, she is the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II. We obviously have some very famous musicians as well. So let's just write Adele. She's from London, isn't she?
She is. We went to the same school.
Oh my God. It's almost like I knew that already.
Did you?
I just brought it up for that.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks for the setup, man.
You got it.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. Yeah, he's also very famous. I
do like Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley is also famous. Oh, we've got some here. So we have Venanzio talking about music. I love Celentano. Okay, my mum loves Celentano as well. So apparently Celentano was famous in Spain as well. So they played his music. My mum is Spanish. I should probably explain that. So she grew up listening to some Italian songs as well. So when I moved to Italy, she started giving me suggestions about Italian music. So yeah, Celentano. We have this one from Alessandro.
For example, Mark Zuckerberg is famous because he invents Facebook.
Exactly. He invented Facebook. He created. If we use the present simple in this case, it means that every day he invents Facebook.
Yeah.
He created it. That would be very tiring. Oh, nice. Stefano said, yes, so Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, fantastic.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the most famous football player nowadays. Yes.
Good. Altogether nowadays. One word.
Lopez is famous we would say all around the world. And not about her image, for her image.
Yeah, for her image, right?
Yeah.
For her image.
Oh,
nice.
Steve Jobs with Apple. Good, yes, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
We had that. It was very funny. Yesterday, we had a lesson about dinner parties. Let's not talk about dinner because it's too early. But one of the students was writing spring, but her phone, or I think it was her tablet, auto-corrected to Springsteen. So we're very happy to see Bruce Springsteen. We need to listen to some of his songs, apparently. It's the world calling to us.
So, Daniel Kahneman.
Kahneman?
Kahneman.
It sounds like Bob the Builder. Can you fix it?
Wow.
Kahneman. It sounds like a Scouser. Kahneman gets a...
Yeah, it does. I love this guy. From Liverpool.
Kahneman.
Kahneman. From Liverpool. Anyway, economist and physiologist received a Nobel in 2002 for his assumption human rationality. Oh my goodness, I'm making up my own words today. Model economic theory. Wow.
Oh wow. Very good. Very cool. Very nice.
I like more the boss.
Yeah, no, Springsteen. I think one of his nicknames is the boss. I think, if I remember my music.
That's a pretty cool.
It's a cool name. The boss.
We also have Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh God, I have to write that now. Benedict Cumberbatch. Okay, at least it's. Yeah, you remember what his fans were called for a period?
No.
His female fans. I'm not going to say it on stream because it's an expletive. His Cumber.
Okay, I can work out the rest.
And he went on one of the talk shows, and he said, "Please have more self-respect for yourself." It was very funny. Fans are a bit crazy, honestly.
Cumberbatch. Okay, I have one idea in my mind. I hope it's not that, because that's
You remove batch for another thing.
Yeah.
You change one vowel.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's very strange.
Wow.
I know, right? Fans are a bit crazy.
Fans
Just a
are
little.
weird. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
No,
Like,
they can get...
the whole Justin Bieber fan craze, that was insane. People
But
like...
we've had that, haven't we, in the past? Like Beatlemania really, really shook the world, I think.
Rolling Stones,
Strange.
they went through lots of stuff.
Rolling Stones, yeah.
Yep.
We also have Donald Trump is a very famous businessman and politician, yeah. You know, it's strange now. I watched, I think, Home Alone 2 over the Christmas holidays. Was it 2 or 1? I can't remember. And Donald Trump is in it. He just makes a cameo. And it's just very strange. He's in the foyer of the hotel. And yeah, it's strange because it's a young Donald Trump. But it's really strange.
He wanted to be an actor or something when he was young?
No, so from what I understand, he was just very famous in New York as a businessman and as a person who wanted to do good for New York. So he just got cameos and things like that. It's strange. Yeah, and now he's he is what he is. Okay.
Police were famous for catching on pop music.
Yeah, exactly. The favorite music. So my favorite music group are Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler. Yes. He's a fantastic guitarist. He really, really is. Dire Straits, my mum loves them as well. Really, really good. And the comedian, careful, just one M. Comedian. Paul Chowdhury, who is this?
I don't know.
He's a British comedian as well. Oh, awkward.
My favorite band are REM.
Oh.
In my opinion, the next man is the Pope.
Yeah, as well, yeah. He's a very famous man as well. Everyone knows the Pope. Do you think he's less famous or more famous now? I think he's maybe as the person, he's more famous now, but because I think in the past, everyone knew that there was a Pope, but his image wasn't shown, obviously.
Yeah.
But now everyone knows the face.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, everyone definitely knew that there was this figure.
Yeah.
Check on Google. Yeah. No, I just had a look at Paul Chowdhury. He's a British Indian. He looks quite funny. He's got a very big beard. We'll have to see. Yeah, I think Donald Trump is more famous as a businessman than a politician. I don't know. I knew about Donald Trump before he became a politician because he did The Apprentice in America as well. But now everyone knows him for good or for bad.
Now I think he's more famous for political reasons.
Although he is basically a businessman as a politician.
Does it make you feel uncomfortable how Donald Trump and what's our guy called?
Who? Boris?
Forrest, thank you. I kept wanting to call Tony Blair. I don't know why. It's because I watched a movie the other night with Tony Blair was around. Anyway, they look strangely alike, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw a very funny Photoshop of Donald Trump. So you know how his eyelids, this area, is a different color from the rest of his face.
Yeah.
His face is orange, and this is a natural skin color. They photoshopped the rest of his skin to match the eyelids.
Oh no!
And he looks scary.
But I don't understand what the orange face is for.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I also find it strange how Theresa May looks strangely similar to Margaret Thatcher.
Oh yeah, maybe she was going for that though.
I think she was going for that image. I wonder what she's doing now. Strange.
Maybe, I don't know. And we have Michaela. I know only the hair of Trump, so Trump's hair. And Venancio, I'm very curious about this guy now, Paul Chowdhury.
Yeah, me
because
too.
he says that it's very funny on the stage. So we're going to have a look.
Obama is the first African American USA president.
Perfect.
True.
Exactly. Trump is as charismatic as stupid. Yes. He's a strange person. Very, very strange. I think he's infectious though, but either way. So we're moving on a little. All about fame vocabulary.
Vocab.
Go, Jess.
Work with a partner. What do you think these words mean? Fame, famously, famous, infamous, world famous. Da, 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 da.
Pronunciation. Infamous.
Infamous. I always
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I do.
You've been living a lie.
Well, I mean,
I think it's infamous. Let's check. You know, so top tip, everyone. On Google now, they have a very cool functionality that if you type pronunciation plus any word, nearly any word.
Oh, you're correct. I'm wrong. Infamous.
It comes up. I'm going to share this so you can all Google it. It's very cool because you can change from British pronunciation to American pronunciation. And you can also see how the mouth moves, if that helps. Infamous.
That's cool.
It's very cool. It's only something that they've recently started.
They do it for Italian.
Well. I don't think so. I'm going to try. No.
Infamous.
English.
Infamous.
Infamous, yeah.
This is the girl that has been saying private wrong her whole life.
Again, something that's important to understand with English in general is that English natives don't know how to pronounce a word until they hear it. So if someone pronounces a word wrong, it doesn't mean that they're stupid or anything. It just means that they've read it, which means that they read, which is a good thing. I think that's important to remember. So don't worry if you mispronounce a word. English natives make this mistake all of the time. I think
I had it as well the other day, actually. In the book that I'm writing, I used the word tousled hair. Now, tousled hair, but my mom, when I read it to my mum, she was like, it's not tousled, it's tousled.
Tousled? Oh my God.
My mum said tousled, and I was like, no, it's definitely tousled.
It's strange.
It's strange. Like, it's so difficult. And like my mum is an English teacher as well.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Strange.
It's difficult. There are some more embarrassing ones as well. So I mispronounced banal for the longest time.
Oh, banal. I say banal.
Yeah, no, that's correct. I pronounced it another way.
What, benile?
No, banal.
Ah.
It was terrible.
But also,
the thing is, natives don't even correct you if you if you mispronounce something, because they aren't sure 100%.
No, spelling is so complex. But do you want to explain your word and I'll explain my word?
Which one? Like fame?
Banal and tousled. 2 new words.
Banal, yes. So if something is banal, luckily it's the same in Italian. It's ordinary or normal, not very interesting, of little interest. There you go. It's banal.
Having tousled hair, or tousled, however it's actually pronounced. I'm in a big disagreement with my mother over this word. Let's
look at Google.
Maybe hair that is not when you wake up in the morning, your hair's all kind of like mine right now.
Mine is, for sure. So it's like messy hair. Messy hair. Let's have a look.
But people
it says tousled.
Does it?
Google says tousled.
Oh, my mum was right.
Honestly, this is another thing in English, that if enough people mispronounce something, it becomes the normal pronunciation of something. So that's how English evolves over time.
Mm-hmm. Like me, I didn't realize that I said the word private wrong my whole life until I started working at the school. But then my mum came to visit, and I remember you guys asked her how she said it, and she said it like I said it. So I think it also depends on your also where you're from in England as well.
Definitely, really, really does. Let's catch up with some of the comments because we've got some. So Venancio, I love Trump only for the way he speaks English. Very comprehensive. Yeah, he repeats a lot as well, so that's good for listening practice, I guess.
Nonsense.
And he does all of these gestures, like okay, Jess.
Fame is the reputation of or celebrity, more or less.
Yeah, so the reputation. Yeah, good. Famously means, for example, that one thing is known to everyone. Yeah, but so famously is an adverb this time, not an adjective. It's an adverb.
Famous is an actor, a singer, or footballer.
Perfect.
And more.
Infamous is that no one knows a person or a place. No, actually. So infamous means that they are famous, but for a negative reason. I'm trying to think. So, for example, if we talk about the infamous leader of Al-Qaeda, he was famous, yes, but for the wrong reasons. Really wrong reasons. So infamous is famous, but for bad things.
And then we have world famous, a thing, person, celebrity all over the world. Good, yeah.
Exactly. Yes, Claudia. So yes, infamous is bad. It is bad. Good. It could even be, sometimes we use it jokingly. So let's say, for example, 10 years ago, I went with my friends and I went drinking with my friends, and my friend maybe did something a bit crazy one time. And we can talk about that infamous time that, I don't know, did something stupid. Famous for the wrong reasons.
I never thought about using that word in a casual setting, not in not like world infamous.
Okay.
But like as in a personal setting, you can use it.
You can use it as a personal setting as well, as a joke, sarcastically. Obviously, they're not famous, but they perhaps are infamous.
Emmanuel. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, sorry. Go.
Fame is the noun, and also Stefano agrees.
Very good. I agree. Careful. Not I am agree, but I agree. And Stefano, I think famous is an adjective that is characteristic of a person. Careful, that's very French. Characteristic. Oof. Characteristic, like that. Not the easiest one to spell in the world, but characteristic like that. Okay, good. So for, I think, the last 5 minutes, can you use these words to fill in the gaps? The infamous gaps. Oh, are you doing them silently, Jess?
No, I'm practicing the pronunciation of infamous.
Oh, infamous.
When I read it, I keep going back to infamous.
Okay. It's bad though. So English is one of these languages where things change even if they have the root. So for example, photo, then the actual thing is a photograph. But as soon as you go to the person, the entire thing changes. Photographer. So it's not photographer, it's photographer. And that's awful for anyone who's learning the language. It's just not nice. In Italian, I think it's the same. So photo, fotografo, I guess. But either way, English, not an easy language for pronunciation. Keep on doing it. You can do it. I believe in you. Definitely. You can become famous for your pronunciation at your My English school. That's actually something that we talk about as teachers. If one of the students has very, very good pronunciation, we will say to other teachers, have you had in the lesson? Their pronunciation is amazing. You can be proud. 1.
Fame can cause problems in a celebrity's personal life.
Fantastic.
Good job.
Good job, Stefano. Good job. What about number 2? Have you been to Naples, Jess?
I only passed through it once, but I need to go because that's where my family are from originally.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where my grandfather's from.
On your dad's side?
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, you definitely need to go. You probably have some hairy cousins down there. I'm joking, Jess. It's only because you told me the story about when you were born.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joking. Come on.
My mum told Andrea, the consultant at our school, because Andrea, I don't know, it's not something I say. And he came up to me like, you're like me. He was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, Andrea, yeah.
Okay.
Lingo.
Let's have a look at 2 because we have a few different options. So Naples is the world famous. Everyone knows that Naples is the birthplace of pizza. So the home of pizza. Yeah, I know. There's always food. That's the problem. 3.
It's easy for famous people to make friends.
Perfect.
I disagree with that statement.
I think it's more difficult for them to make friends after because they question themselves, I think. 4, politicians are infamous, good, for stealing money from the people. Terrible. And Brad Pitt.
5. Brad Pitt famously cheated on his wife. Good.
Perfect. Not for Brad Pitt.
Yeah, not for him.
Bad job. Very bad job. But still. Very good, everyone.
Well done.
So,
Thank you for being so interactive with us this morning.
yes, thank you. Hopefully it was interesting talking about celebrities and fame in general. Nice on a Wednesday morning. Wednesday. It's not Tuesday.
Oh, it's hump day.
Exactly. If you have any other questions, please go to mYes SOS on Facebook. That's all the time we have now. But if you come back in 10 minutes, it'll be me and Jess again. But we're going to be talking. Pardon?
Sorry, I'm just bigging us up. Promo, you know.
Yes. Are you a hype girl?
I'm a hype girl.
We're going to be talking about getting around. Getting around.
Beep beep.
So traveling, I imagine. See you in 10 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.